Morning, peeps. So this is all the real stuff. Stone. All of this stuff. An obvious sign, right? More than obvious sign of an ancient civilization that was here way before this one right now, right? Loads and loads of unexplained artifacts. And when I say loads, I mean loads. But 1938, 30th of October, the US, the War of the World saga. Wells, H.G. Wells. People now argue about whether the country was a panic when they heard the broadcast. They only had radios, right? And people now, no, it wouldn't have been that bad. Of course it was that bad. When you read the stories, you can read the real stories. People talking about their grandparents and how they remembered it. With only a radio. Some people coming back from work, freaking out, had to cycle home from a diner, and all of these stories, and people were freaking out. People were praying because they thought Martians were invading. Martians, right? And then few decades later, get pumped full of the moon landing. Pumped full of it. But what people are not realizing is it is the children. They are targeting the children. The same as with hell, isn't it? It's a fear-based society. They scare people. So you have hell, you've got Martians invading. How many people think they've been abducted? All of it started with scaring the children. The children are the future. The children are the future. Nicotine sales drop. You give them lolly-flavoured nicotine vapes. That's what you do. And then, as they grow, they'll get an urge for nicotine. They target the children. The adults are too busy not noticing that they are constantly targeting the children. And now you have this.
Finally, the very rare trajectory. This is 3i Atlas. This is Mars. 3i Atlas is about to swing by, and a fleet of camera-ready rovers and orbiters are standing by to snap some pictures.
3 days ago, James Webb detected something that changed everything about 3i Atlas.
The horseradish, you'd like to think that most adults can see this rubbish for what it is, right? But no, you go into the chat rooms and there are people, adults, freaking out about Atlas. What is it? 3i Atlas or whatever it is. People are adults are freaking out, thinking, oh no, this is it. It's the freaking coming of whatever. It is rubbish. That's what it is. People always like to defend where they grow up, don't they? It's human nature, I guess. And that is the problem that we have, because when you target the children with these things, people right now, mostly in the US, right? Because that's where the science is. So now, you don't think that at nights there are young children going to bed scared because of 3i Atlas. The adults think it's a joke. So you think it's a joke? Not all of you. A lot of adults are scared as well. So imagine how some of the kids feel, thinking there's this freaking craft coming from some other galaxy and it's on its way, and now they're saying it's gonna swing by Mars and it will disappear. Of course it's gonna disappear. It's gonna disappear behind the sun, but Mars, and then it will run slowly over the next decade, 2 decades. And adults, the children of today will be the adults of tomorrow, and they have already planted a few seeds. That's how it works. That is how it works. They get to the children nice and early and give them this.
The comet everyone assumed would safely pass. Mars has fired controlled pulses 23 times in the past week.
Rubbish.
Each pulse nudges it closer to a direct collision trajectory. NASA's updated calculations show a 73% probability of Mars impact in 127 days.
Load, honestly, it's infuriating that liars and charlatans are running the show, and they're targeting the children. Got all of this stuff down here, the stone. You've got the pyramids, right? Giza alone, 6.5 million tons, right? 6.5 million tons. And they have people believing, people are majoring in 25,000 Egyptians. 25,000 Egyptians built Pyramid Giza. Now, there are 2.3 million 2.5 ton stones, right? 25,000 Egyptians, that works out to 92 2.5 ton stones each. All it takes is a piece of paper, a pencil and an eraser, and you just write the numbers down, and you'll see that it works out to the equivalent of 92 2.5 ton stones per Egyptian. Now, that's not including the rest of the stuff. This is just the basic building blocks, right? It is a lack of common sense. It is a massive lack of common sense to believe that the Egyptians had anything to do with the pyramids. It just is. What else is there to say? And you know why? Because they're taught at school. Boom, boom, boom. Egyptians did the impossible. Fairy tales, gods, chariots, fire, whatever they can think up to mix it up, isn't it? With fear. It's all about fear. And then on land, where we live, you've got a few logical minds screaming at the masses going, guys, it's here on the ground is where you need to be looking. And you know why? Because of all of this stone that has prints, handprints, fingerprints, stone that has been used, volcanic rock that has been molded with no explanation. The same as a lot of the pyramids and a lot of the stone megaliths that are strewn out across the planet. But they have people looking at 3-eye atlas, something that nobody will ever see. Because again, it's all in the mind, just like the freaking photon. There are no photons. It's something that yet again defies both logic and common sense. I say this because during a solar eclipse, it's the one show, the one cosmic event that everybody gets to share. There is nothing hiding the moon or the sun or the shadow. It's right there in plain sight for everybody to see. And as that moon blocks the sun, it's happening in real time. It's obvious, right? It's obvious. But photons taking 8 minutes and 20 seconds. And you know why you believe it? Because you've been hammered and hammered over and over with it since children. That's why. So you deny the obvious, you deny absolute light, even though it is, and you deny all of these unexplained tons of rock that is all over the planet, megaliths, heads Easter Island, just everywhere. But no, Egyptians, 4,500 years ago, the beginning of everything, right? It's the children they are targeting, people. The children they are targeting. AI Atlas. AI Atlas, people wonder where the crimes are being committed. Protect the children, and the future will sort itself out. That's a fact. All right, peeps. Laters.